Okay. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Red Master here, Redpeck77, and today we are going to be doing a sort of a new series on the channel. I know it's been a while since I posted anything, but I got some time to make this and kind of form it in now. So we're gonna begin with this new Red tutorial series. Now, for those of you who have been here before, have played the game longer, you'll understand that our tutorial may not be the best in terms of guiding new players. I mean, sure, it teaches you the basic mechanics of the game, where to, like, how to move, how to attack, but I thought maybe there should be a deeper guide. You know, like where to strategically move, how to attack better, you know. Um, so I've decided to make this series just going over all of what I've collected over the years in terms of knowledge and experience, and kind of sharing it with either new players who may be joining us for the first time here, or if you're a vet, you know, I have some other tips and tricks too that may help you along your way if you've played for maybe a week or two or a month or so, maybe even a year or two. But today we're going to take it really simple, and for this video we're going to be going over the game's UI. Now, UI is short for user interface. Now, it's kind of what you see before you. It's this general screen, this menu that you pop into every time you load up CNC. So today we're just going to be going over all aspects of it besides the exit button, because that's kind of obvious. Alright, so let's start off with what we all know is the battle. The battle, of course, simple, puts you in a ranked match. As you can see, your rank is always over here. Out of 20 badge levels, I am 17. There are tiers, I believe, of badge levels. Lower numbers being bronze, silver, gold. I don't know if 20 is a diamond or diamond tier. I mean, there used to be like this diamond or platinum badge, but I don't know if we still have it. Of course, your stars are indicated here. The value of stars, you know, how high up in the ranks are you. This little text here just shows you what or how long or how many stars you need to level up or badge rank up. It doesn't matter. Alright, so I mean, that's kind of straightforward enough. Moving into Cardstv, some of you already know, basically you're viewing replays between the top 100 players of the game. Kind of straightforward enough. I got a couple matches on here, and of course, you know, you could always learn something. Always learn what's good to use, how you can strategize, and I mean, of course, you could use this as a straightforward guide yourself, but you really don't kind of have much input onto why they're doing this, which is what I'm going to be providing in some of these guide videos. But Cardstv, simple enough. Tournament. Of course, this is open only on, I think, Saturdays and a little bit on Sundays, depending on your time zone. Of course, for those of you who know, it's nothing new. Start up a tournament. Costs 1500 CP to enter. You build a one-time deck from a random set of 3 cards, so they give you a choice of 3 cards, and you pick one, and that card is now in your deck. You do that for about 20 or 24 times, and then you battle from there. You'll be eliminated or kicked out of the tournament after you have 2 losses on your record. Highest you can go is about 9 wins, I think, before it just ends, and that's the highest you can achieve. If you earn 4 wins in a tournament, you're offered this event card, whatever it may be. I think last week it might have been I don't know what it was last week, but this week it's Primordial Flame. So, simple enough there. The My Cards button, simple, your collection. Now, there's a couple of things in this deck, or not this deck, Jesus. This area of the game. Of course, you have chances to make or build your decks, organize your decks. As you can see here, I have a general amount of decks at my disposal. If you click on one, for example, you could scroll in, you could add cards from here, you could swap out cards, keep track of how many cards are in your deck, how many units, and how many buildings. The rest are kind of composed of spells, so not really much going there. Another thing about decks, you pull up this little options button right here. You have the option to either delete a deck, change the castle skin of your deck, as you can see here. Got a bunch of skins. And change the name of the deck to make it easier for classification. You know, if I want to use a certain deck, but I have a bunch of decks labeled Viking Ninja, or in this case, Ninja Warlock, which one is the right one? So, pretty simple enough there. Of course, this is the button if you want to create a new deck. You just, or I can't have decks over 20, so I can't show you right now, but of course it's going to pop up an option to either build a legacy or a standard, and your faction choices. Difference between standard and legacy, if any of you who want to know, that is just basically old cards that were rotated out are considered legacy. As you can see this set right here, this indicates the legacy set, cards that were previously used in the game but decided that they were irrelevant for this newest expansion, Monster Island, or Return to Monster Island. Still not going to get that name. Alright, moving on. Your crafting here, not really much to choose from here. You have your shard count, which is basically your currency when you're trying to create cards on your own. Instead of trying to pull them from packs, you could always just create your own. So, I can disenchant this card and get 5 extra shards, but to create it, it costs 40. So, kind of prevents an overflow of just gaining shards and rebuying. Kind of a nice balanced economy on the shard end. Shiny mode right here, if you turn it on, these are all your foil cards. Foil cards, of course, have no real special ability. They just look cooler and have a bit of visual animations or visual graphics, a little extra when played. Nothing special about that. And of course, the cleanup button here, if you have extra cards, meaning if you pull a card from a pack but you already have 4 times that number of card, it would be considered an extra. So you just clean up and you'd get your shard value equal to the amount of cards you disenchanted by their rarity. So say I had 4 Dragon's Hordes, I would get rid of it, I would get 100 shards, plus say, plus maybe 10 for disenchanting 2 ambushes along with it. If you're looking for a specific card, there's a great filter system up here. You could filter by factions, neutral, ninja, warlock, pirate, crusader, or Viking, which we will all be going those in factions down in later videos. Type, if it is a spell, unit, or building. Set, if it's from if it's a starter like a basic card, a event card, an Age of Dragons card, a Monster Island card, or a legacy card. And of course, this button right here is for your gold count. How much gold does it cost? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 above. That's about it for the cards section. Moving on, we now are going to migrate over to this side. First of all, we're going to pull in quests. Quests are your way of gaining card points in this game. You could buy it, you could either buy card points with silver points, which I'll show you later and explain in the shop, or get them from quests or tournament mode. I forgot about tournament mode. You get CP for, winning a tournament. But anyway, the quests will pop up a randomly generated quest for you to do, such as Crusaders Crusades. When one multiplayer match is a Crusader. So say if I go in, I win, I check that off, and now I get 200 CP inputted into my account. New quests are reset every day. They usually have a timer down here. If you don't complete your quests by the time the timer runs out, you will not get new quests. They do not stack up. And that's about it for quests. Moving on into the alt mode. Now, the alt mode may confuse a lot of new players and maybe some vets too, or returning players. But let's go into there. Alt mode has, or it's short for alternate modes, which give you two single player. You're just versing an AI. Not really much to say here. If you're new, this is a good place to practice maybe some decks. And if you don't want to verse other people, maybe you have higher ranking than you can come play in single player, test out your decks against one of the 5 factions, and just practice. Moving on to your friends list, kind of simple enough. Just gives you a list of your friends that are online or offline. It has the option to fight, message them, or view their star count. Or if you really don't like them, delete them as a friend, which I won't do to this poor fellow. Yep. To add friends, of course, you would just type in your friend's IGN here, in-game username, and we'll send them a friend request to either accept or decline if they really don't like you. Moving over here to the top 2 tabs here, news. This just gives you all the latest information about what will be happening in the game, such as today, for example, deck rotations. Bit of a late notice, but we will be rotating new decks into the shop later today. If you wanted the current decks, please get them now before they get rotated out. Thank you. I didn't have to say you, but that just brings you all the latest news from the developers and what they're planning to launch on the game, or if there's been any changes or any other news, they'll post it here so that you all can see. And you should all get a notification, such as that little red number there, to receive news. The community, I think they have tabs here for our Reddit page and the Discord page. I highly recommend the Discord over the Reddit because you have a lot of great people on Discord that you may not find on Reddit. I think Discord's a great place. Sit down, have conversations with people who play the game and are even of higher rank. So you can ask them all types of questions, deck help, so on and so forth. Moving over to the options. The options have, of course, your login information here. You can either enter a special promo code, which for all of you who don't know, I'm going to give out a code right now. Type this code into your promo code section and you should receive 4 packs and a castle skin. But yeah, I can't because I already used the code. If you're logged onto the computer, they have a full screen mode option. They have credits to all of the people associated with it. They have a manage account section where you could set a password for yourself, connect your email, and link your Steam if you are signed into your computer or are on Steam. Whoops, I didn't want to do that completely. Of course, there's also a logout option for those of you who want to switch in and out of different profiles. Moving on to the last 2 tabs here are the open packs, which is kind of simple enough. You get to open your packs that you buy. Peasant packs are always in here. They generate 1 every 4 hours. You can pick 1 up. They stack 2 at a time, so if you miss one of the 4-hour marks, you have 4 hours to open your first peasant pack before your second peasant pack piles on. If you miss that one, then you have to wait another 4 hours before you just skip over a peasant pack completely. And I wouldn't recommend that because cards are good. And finally, you have the shop. The shop provides for numerous card packs, which you could buy directly. You could buy cards for card packs of 5 cards for at least 1,000 CP. You could buy a daily deal, which generally is an epic card for around 480 silver points. You could buy one of the 3 pre-made decks, which is a deck focusing around a certain theme, such as we have here, Panda Strike, Knights, and Rats. You could also buy value packs, packs that cost silver points, usually around the 2400s or 5600s, which have a bundle of about 10 or 25, depending on what you buy. And then finally, like I said, you have the CP exchange down here. 1,450 silver points will get you 5,000 card points. Always a good exchange there. And of course, silver points, if you don't know, you could also get them from quests. Generally about a random value between 9 and 11 are awarded per quest completion, or you could buy with real currency, as seen here, for a value of silver points. Alright guys, and that's about it for the understanding the user interface. Now, I will be trying to post this new series about every Friday, so keep a lookout on my YouTube for new videos. I want to give a shout out to Kev1 for making the thumbnails for this video. He's a really nice guy. And go check out MongerMonger Inc. I'll post a link to his channel or video in the description of this one below, so you could go check out an exciting match we had over on his channel. Alright guys, until next time, stay gaming.